Hi, if you're here, it means you purchased my candy cane mini pattern. So thank you very much, first and foremost. We'll get right into it. So at this point, you should have all of your pieces together, and I'm going to show you how to sew it together and how to add your details. So the first thing you're going to do is we're going to add our safety eyes. You're going to need a pair of 6mm safety eyes that we're going to put between rows 5 and 6. If you count down, it's going to go right in between, and you want them about 2 stitches apart, but just use your best judgment for where you want to place them. Next up, we need our yellow embroidery thread that we are going to make the Meanie's eyes with, like the highlights on his eyes. So you're going to want to thread that through the back and then pull it out next to the eye, kind of shape it how you want it, and then go through on the other side of the eye. And it's just going to give you a cute highlight that's going to like really bring your Meanie to life. Repeat that on the other side, and then you can just leave everything, like tie it off obviously so it doesn't come out, but you don't have to worry about like weaving anything in because it's all going to be on the inside. Now you're going to want to grab your scrap of green yarn, just any shade will do. I like to do this like olive green. We're going to go center it under the stitch that's like between the eyes and underneath them and pull that back 3 times. You can do 2, 3, just eyeball it, see what looks good. If you need one more layer, then great. Loosen it up a little bit and then you're done with that step. Now we're going to add our nose and mouth and eyebrows. So I like to go through the back and go underneath the nose, like push the nose out of the way, come out right there. And then we're going to, again, just eyeball where you want your mouth to end. Then I feel like this is the trickiest part, is getting the smile or like the little smirk because it's kind of big. So you have to come out and then place your thumb where you're going to want the smile to like stop at. And then hold it there so it doesn't move. Go through the back. And then you're going to like grab it with the yarn and go through the exact same stitch so that it just kind of like anchors that into place. I found that this is the best method to make sure it doesn't wiggle around. And then you're going to give those angry little brows up top with just going through once on the left and once on the right. I personally think that these details just bring your Meanie to life, and I love this part. Next up, we're going to sew it together. So on the front panel and the back panel, you're going to put the wrong sides facing together. So that is how you're going to place your pieces before you sew them up. Then with the long tail that you left on the second piece, you're going to start going back and forth through both sides and both pieces. And you're going to do this all the way till you get up until the spot that I'm going to stop right here. And we're going to have to leave a gap for our candy cane arm to go through. So what you want to do is weave your yarn up and out so that you skip over those stitches, and you're going to come out at the neck and just start doing the same thing around the whole head. And I'm going to do this really quickly, and then I'll pause when we get to the hair because that is done a little bit differently. So now we're at the hair. We're not going to sew the hair up individually. We're going to go through that hole in the very beginning of the project that we like kept slip stitching back into. And it's as simple as that. You're just going to leave his hair looking frilly on top. Then finish up your head, and we're going to do the exact same thing on this side as we did on the other side. You're just going to bring your yarn through out to where you need it to be, leaving that gap, and then sew all the way down to the bottom. But once you get to the bottom, we have to just skip over some stitches for the leg holes, so I'm going to show you how to do that right here. You're going to weave your yarn where you want it to those center stitches, and you're going to just go back and forth between, I do it a couple of times just to make sure it's secure, and then you want to bring it out the back and tie a knot and then weave your yarn in, and then you're all done using your green yarn, so you can cut that end, and we will move on to tying the scarf. You can tie your scarf however you want to, but this is how I like to do it, just by laying it over the top and then kind of tucking in the front. I just think it looks really cute, and I don't know, it just looks pleasing to my eyes that way. And now it's time to put your candy canes in. You can use green candy canes, red candy canes, you can use whatever candy canes you want. I promise you, he is going to look absolutely darling no matter what kind of candy cane you use.